Chief Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, it's been a fine weather week with lots of sunshine, comfortable humidity, and nice and pleasant overnight lows. It continues into the weekend, but a subtle change by Sunday and then going into next week, certainly feeling more like summer. But this time around, looks like we're going to see some cooler air moving in toward the end of the week, and we'll show you that overtly coming up in just a bit. First off, though, as we take a look at the water vapor imagery, our low pressure system that's been dominating our weather pattern, providing dry air, is moving now to the north and getting out of the way. And that's fortunate for our friends over the southeast, where flooding rains have continued across portions of the Appalachians and the southeast. Meanwhile, this big ridge of high pressure, that's going to be edging towards us, and that's going to allow for temperatures to stay warm during the day, upper 80s, and eventually we're going to see our surface winds turn around out of the south. But right now it's just light and variable winds. You can still see the threat of flooding rainfall, Georgia, portions of the Carolinas, but that will be diminishing with time, fortunately, and they've had a rough go of it over the last several days. Big picture as we get into the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean, we have a little bit of a tropical wave here by the tip of the Yucatan that extends all the way down through Central America, and on schedule this moisture is mainly heading for the Pacific. Might even see something developing there with time. Elsewhere across the Atlantic basin, it is starting to look more like it should in October, where we're less concerned with systems coming off the African coast, and we're pretty much done with that. Got to look at areas that are by the Eastern Caribbean or the Caribbean this time of year, or maybe somewhere in and near the Bahamas or the East Coast. And we actually do have a little bit of a disturbance that the Hurricane Center is watching. A little bit of a swirl here off the South Carolina coast, but this upper low is also creating upper level shear and keeping anything from developing, and eventually this frontal trough is going to catch up with this. But an area of low pressure may develop with time, but it might be what we call a subtropical system. We see this on the GFS model, kind of closing off a little bit of a low pressure system there. But for us, as you notice the atmospheric moisture, we're in the blue, still nice and dry for our Saturday, and we go into Sunday much the same. You can see this weather system could cause some problems across the mid-Atlantic, but no concern of ours. And then we get into Monday, we're going to start to see tropical moisture coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico. So those return of southerly winds, higher humidity, a few spotty showers possible, but we really don't see a whole lot in the way of deep moisture. You see some of the deeper tropical moisture over toward the Caribbean, where an area of low pressure may develop with time. And then as we get toward the end of next week, this is when I find it getting interesting. We'll have this frontal boundary right here, and that's going to be oozing slowly to the south. So cooler air is going to be moving in. Nice northeasterly flow, so we're going to see a cool down, maybe not an overt cool front, but also the GFS model pointing to an area of low pressure down here by the Yucatan, which would not be surprising. Can still be quite active in the Caribbean, Southern Gulf. We'll just keep an eye on the model trends, see how it goes, but right now no concerns for us. In the near term, nice and mild through tomorrow morning as high pressure stays in charge. 88 the high for tomorrow. High pressure sticks around again, another mild one tomorrow night, and another warm one as we head into your Saturday afternoon. But going into Sunday, that ridge of high pressure moving far enough to the east, we're going to see southerly winds, and then the humidity will be coming up. So tonight, temperatures lower 60s, northern portions of Acadiana, no major changes from the last several days. Mid 60s I-10 corridor and mid to upper 60s across the coastal parishes, and then that nice warm up during the day. So a pleasant evening, 65 the low in Lafayette. We'll get up to 88 for a high tomorrow. At least the humidity staying in check, but that sun is pretty warm this time of year, so be on the lookout for that. Upper 80s through early next week with a few showers as we get into Monday through Wednesday, maybe better rain chances Thursday, and then hopefully cooler weather on the way toward the end of the week and into the following week.